So welcome to the first of two videos for Chapter 7 of Ecce Romani. This video addresses the concept of the plural direct object. So we've already seen plurals and we've already seen direct objects. This is the first time we're going to see the two of them together. So we have been seeing plurals since Chapter 2 when we saw puella, and puella, when pluralized as the subject, became puelli. In Chapter 3, we saw puer being pluralized to pueri as the subject, and servus being pluralized to servi. That is nothing new. So as demonstrated by this, though, we've come to learn that the endings matter a tremendous amount in giving us information about the words. So we just saw nouns that went from being singular to plural when the endings changed. We've also seen words that go from being the subject of a sentence, such as puella or puelli when it's plural, and pueri when it's plural, to being the direct object of a sentence. So there's a change in the endings. It goes from being puella to puellam, puer to being puerum. This is nothing new. What we don't yet have is endings for a plural direct object. So here we have endings for singular and plural subjects. We only have one set of endings so far for direct objects, and those are singular. So we need new endings for plural direct objects. So if we wanted to say Marcus annoys the girl, we'd write Marcus puellam, that's our direct object, vexat. Marcus annoys the girl. If we wanted to change that to Marcus annoys the girls, that's a plural direct object, we would write Marcus puellas vexat. So notice that it went from being puellam to puellas here. Similarly, if we wanted to say Flavia annoys the boy, we might say this, Flavia puerum vexat. Notice that here's our direct object ending, but what if we wanted to say Flavia annoys the boys, plural direct object? We'd change that to an os. Flavia pueros vexat. Likewise, servum would become servos, hortum would become hortos. There's also a third group of nouns, like wokes and clamor, that have these es endings. So we saw that wokes becomes wokem when it's a singular direct object. Clamor becomes clamorem. When they become plural direct objects, they become wokes and clamores. So let's take a look. These are our endings that we saw. We saw puella. When it was a plural direct object, it became puellas. Servus, when it was a plural direct object, became servos. And clamor, when it's a plural direct object, became clamores. So do you notice anything in common? You should be able to find the pattern that each ending begins with a long vowel, a long A, a long O, or a long E, and ends in an S. So that's kind of a pattern that you can use to identify a plural direct object. As to why there are so many endings and these nouns that behave in different ways, that's a topic that we'll discuss in the second chapter for this video. So make sure that your notes are complete, and then you can progress on to that.